we really connected to a shift in universal consciousness that I feel is happening globally, and that we're just one tiny drop of that happening, or one expression of that happening. And that is a shift from hierarchical structures back to circular structures, to tribal structures, to the way humans live together and work together and sustain themselves together for most of humanity's history, actually. Like this way of being together that we have now is a very recent phenomenon, and it's not really healthy for anybody. It's not really healthy for the planet, it's not really healthy for us, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Not to mention all the plants and animals and all the other beings that are really, really suffering from our way of relating to life, relating to ourselves. So we started to go deeper and deeper into that, and with that we found that, wow, the whole way we work wants to change, the whole way we live wants to change, the whole way we make PHI happen wants to change. So we decided with the last PHI we would not have anyone organizing it. Like, we used to have one person organizing it and promoting it and putting the word out. It would be very like, there was an aspect that was like, I guess a lot like normal business runs. Like you have to do marketing and you have to do accounting and da 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 da. And I was, wow, this is so not, like we'd already felt for a long time, it's so not in tune with what we really want to do or what we really are. And so with this last rite was the first time we said, okay, first of all it's a rite, which is a very different thing than a seminar or a training, because in a seminar or a training you have one person who knows and who gives the teaching and the rest receive. And a rite is really about a circle creating something together and allowing something to happen. But that which happens is a gift, is a mystery. And then also the way people were drawn in, we just said, okay, we have a circle of people who've been here before, who want to have this happen again. So each of us has to reach out to people we're close to, people we know, and just say, hey, we want to invite you to join. And that was a very different energy. So we made information material available, of course, because it's necessary, and we'll do that again, like we're doing this now. But it became much more about each person in the circle taking responsibility for the circle to grow so we can have another rite. Really out of a personal joy, out of a personal feeling of, yes, this is what I want to do. And much more than one or two people really pulling the thing and trying to make it happen for everybody, which didn't feel good.
You said something very interesting that I could feel also, is that the content of what comes, the teaching, is comes from the circle itself, from the people who are participating. There's no set content to the PHI. So in that way, each PHI is really different.
Yeah. It is.
Do you want to talk about this, or?
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting subject, because it really shows. I think it does elucidate a bit the uniqueness of PHI, in that there is this energetic space that we create together, and there is that certain state of consciousness that we enter together. And through that, certain things reveal themselves or become clear. We can see things that we cannot see in like the hustle of everyday life. And for me, every PHI is different, is new. Every PHI goes deeper. There's new things revealing themselves in every PHI, because we can always go deeper from where we were before. We go more and more and more. And it's very much also determined, as you said, by the people who are there, by the need that is there almost. It's like, it's a bit like physics. Like if there is a vacuum, there's an empty space, like something's going to go into that space. In nature you always have things moving to where there is a need. It's a natural phenomenon. And I experience it the same way with teaching. It's not something where I sit down alone in my room and I teach myself or something, or life teaches me, although there is of course insights that come there, but the deepest, most profound insights for me come when I'm actually available as a teacher for people, when I'm available for life to teach through me. And then out of the need of the person in that moment, feeling the person, being really present with the person, connecting with the person on so many levels and being so available to give the person what they need in that moment, allows, I guess you could say, truth to reveal itself, or what is to reveal itself. And this is what makes PHI so exciting. There's a big influence in PHI that is from the Eastern mystical traditions. So this whole aspect of presence. And for me, the Mexican tradition is very much about the healing aspect, the transformation, the work we do on ourselves to somehow move through life. And then the presence is really this part of this mystical understanding that all is one, and although the expression of life is a constant movement that is never still and is constantly changing, because of that it's also unchanging. There's the stillness that comes in. And PHI brings these two together. This is like one of the ways to understand PHI. Bringing together this deep, deep understanding that there's nothing to change, nothing to heal, nothing to improve, with very, very powerful techniques and tools to facilitate change and movement and healing and transformation. And this in the beginning was something that was so hard for me to bridge, because I went so deeply into the mystical traditions. I went so deeply into that understanding that there's nothing to change at any point. And then I went and became trained in this Mexican tradition, which was so much about change and healing and transformation. And what I realized, what is the presence, the essence of presence healing for me is seeing that change is the natural movement of life. And the way we create disease is by trying to prevent change. So presence healing means creating a space where we facilitate for movement again to happen. Like we facilitate a space where movement can happen again in a natural way. We can release concepts, we can release the things in our system that stop change, that try to stop the natural movement of life. So this is how I found a bridge in these two traditions that I felt kind of were like my mother and my father in this path. And I feel it's one of the things that makes PHI so unique and also so valuable, that it really honors both. It honors our possibility to grow and to transform, and it honors the truth of the fact that there's nothing to heal and change in us.